So, there's a new trailer out. So, Longlegs is a serial killer. He makes dolls. He puts demons into them. The demons make families kill each other. Parker is probably going to be the one person who can defeat him because she has some sort of strange connection to him. And that's what you missed on Longlegs. In the middle of me editing the last video, Longlegs dropped the official trailer. So let's go over it. First thing is, we start off in what I'm pretty sure is supposed to be Lee Harker's house. So she hears a knock at the door, goes outside to search around with her gun, and then behind her, someone has gotten into the house. So we hear the voice of a little girl asking, is it scary being a lady FBI agent? Over the top of that, we see Harker going into a house to investigate a crime scene. In response to the little girl, Harker says, yeah. And then one of her co-workers lifts up a blanket on a bed and says, take a nice long look. Under the blanket are two bodies. She goes into the kitchen looking at a document on the counter and sees a letter with the cipher on it signed Longlegs. The hand and the workshop again. Parker opens up Bible and combs through the pages, flashes of some of the photographs from all of the other teasers as red marker spells out Longlegs. For just a split second, the actual face of the doll. Longlegs at the craft store again with this weird noise. I love it. Dolly zoom of a car going down a highway. Conspiracy board. Parker laying out several different numbered cards. Newspaper clippings about a Longlegs killer. She recites the Bible quote from the Been Waiting for Her teaser, stood upon the sand of the sea. Back to the note on the kitchen counter, deciphered it, phrase down low too slow. Parker looking through several Polaroid pictures, and as she continues the Bible quote in an FBI office, probably with her superior, a flash of Mrs. Camera getting attacked by the axe, and then Harker jolting back in surprise. I have a theory about that. Harker opening up the 9 Circles of Hell book into the opening of the barn door. A couple more shots of it. Parker drawing the triangle in what looks to be a library, and then she looks behind her in a window. Figure seems to fade into existence. Her superior at the office. We look behind him, we can see Bill Clinton in a photograph, as well as a flag for the state of Oregon. Now we know where this is taking place. He asks her, what aren't you telling me? And then she says, kill, kill, and kill again. In the barn scene, Parker looks down at a note. You can see, again, an upside down triangle. It has a smiley face on it. We hear Longlegs' voice.
I know you're not afraid of a little bit of dark because you are the dark.
A shot of the hooded figure. The prayers line again.
Do you still say your prayers?
Kid lifting up the blanket. The red bubbling liquid again. Mrs. Camera, which I found out through IMDb, she is credited as Mother Camera. That's Mother. Dragging the knife up her stomach. Parker in a very messy kitchen. The slow opening of a front door with a flanneled arm. Parker opening up the happy birthday card. The same one here, except it's not the same one. It says, stood upon the sand of the sea, in that same cipher. I'm guessing this is going to be the key phrase in order for her to decipher the rest of the letters and stuff. The cipher that we've had so far is a much simplified version where every symbol directly correlates to a letter in the alphabet. Longlegs says,
You could have made nice with me, but you didn't. And that has led to all of this.
you see this shot of the car again, but it's much more zoomed in this time, and we can see a hooded figure in the passenger seat. Father Camera, we can see faces covered in blood. A man, like an apartment or something, holding up his hands. I'm guessing he's expecting to going to get arrested or something. A person in a cardigan with a shotgun. Saw them in the Sweet Part 2 teaser. Mother Camera stabbing what we now know is the doll. The person wearing the same cardigan lying face front on the floor with like a sock or something stuffed in their mouth. Parker's superior closing a front door. Parker walking around in what we now know is her house. Longlegs attacking the person. Based off of his movements and a little sliver of white, we can actually see he's like tying someone up. And actually, we see a little like glob of white like right here. So maybe the person that he's tying down is the woman in the cardigan. Karen Shipka, who I didn't know was in this movie. An old woman in a bedroom, closing her eyes. Based off of the color grading, we can actually connect this to the shot where Harker says, "I never said my prayers, never once." The person saying, "Are you still saying your prayers?" This person. Parker covering her mouth in shock. They use this for one of the posters. Longlegs saying, "I'll be waiting," right before the title card. And then, as a last surprise, they give us another cipher. This one spells out to "Say your prayers." Biggest thing, we now finally know what the doll looks like. And this is it. Are you looking at this? Are you looking? Okay. This is the same shot. There's red eyes in this shot, but blue eyes on the doll in this shot. The eyes are changing. I don't know why I got so close to the camera for that. I'm sorry. We also now know that the cipher that we've been seeing in all of the teasers is not exactly the same cipher that is gonna actually be in the movie. In the book, A Guide to the Nine Circles of Hell, there are two symbols. This symbol, found out, is the sigil of Lucifer. This is going to connect to triangles. Here, in the note that Harker pulls up, in the drawing that Harker makes, in Longlegs' workshop. The two labels that are given to Harker and Longlegs in the Sweet and Dirty teasers, daughter of the seventh she, reference to the seventh son of the seventh son. Concept from like a lot of popular folklore. In this context, the gender is going to be flipped. Some of them are considered healers, some of them have the ability to enchant snakes. For Longlegs, he's labeled as the man downstairs. Colloquially, religious people will refer to God as the man upstairs. I'm guessing the man downstairs is supposed to be a reference to Satan. In terms of the scenes that are shot in 4:3, as opposed to the scenes that are shot in widescreen, I had the idea where it was supposed to differentiate between the past and the present in terms of timelines. Whose perspective are we seeing it from, Harker or Longlegs? But that idea kind of fell apart because of the nun. Because we see the nun firing the shotgun in widescreen, but we also see her crying in 4:3. Chronologically, that has to be the same day, the same scene. We've had that shot of Harker lunging back from what we now know is the box of Polaroids after the camera is hit in the back with the axe. Maybe the 4:3 is supposed to be the scenes depicted in those Polaroids, and it's just like a framing device or something. Got the teeth of the Hydra upon you. Maybe the Hydra is supposed to represent the beast with 7 heads from the Bible quote. In the red liquid video, we see it in a much higher quality, and we also see that it has a lot of film grain, as well as like a little hair on the film on the side. An actual film that the characters are supposed to be watching, kind of like Sinister. The video that Harker is watching in that little glimpse of the projection room. Another camera dragging the knife up her chest. We see a very brief little dot in like the empty space above her. This is filmed on film, found footage or something. I don't know. Go see Longlegs when it comes out. All right.